that's the truth, but I want to tell you specifically why I am here today. I am here today because this is the day that your ballots for the 2022 election go out. This is it. And how you mark that ballot right at the top will determine the direction of our nation for years to come. This is a big deal. Now, you know the names on that ballot, but what I want to talk about for a minute is what's really on the ballot. In this election, the economy is on the ballot. And because Republicans are working hard to cut Social Security and Medicare so they can make this economy work even better for millionaires and billionaires, I'm here to ask you to vote Democratic to help us lower costs and to make this economy work for everyone. In this election, Roe versus Wade is on the ballot. And because the Republicans have said, if they get the power, they will ban abortion everywhere in America. I'm here to ask you to vote Democratic to make Roe versus Wade the law of the land. In this election, the survival of our planet is on the ballot. And even while wildfires rage and the oceans rise, the Republicans have embraced climate deniers and big oil money. So I'm here to ask you to vote Democratic to give us the power to fight back against climate change. In this election, democracy is on the ballot. And because the Republicans have embraced election deniers, I'm here to ask you to vote for an America where every citizen has the right to vote and to get that vote counted. And best of all, in this election, Patty Murray is on the ballot. And no matter what her opponent may say to voters, Republicans have consistently, 100%, lined up behind Mitch McConnell in every extremist move he's made. So I'm here to ask you to vote for Patty Murray because she fights her heart out for the people of Washington and for what is right. That's what's at stake here. That's what this election is all about. Re-elect Patty, you protect basic security for seniors and people with disabilities. Re-elect Patty, and you protect a woman's right to choose. Re-elect Patty, and you protect our climate. Re-elect Patty, and you protect our democracy. Now look, I get it, folks. Patty is running against someone who doesn't want you to take a hard look at what it means if the Republicans seize power. The woman she's running against wants to claim that she'll be an independent Republican. But that dodge doesn't work anymore, not in this America. Anyone who wants to run for office and call herself a Republican and take big-time Republican money owns it all. Owns Trumpism, owns the insurrection, owns the ugliness and the hate, and owns what comes next. If he gets just one more Republican in the United States Senate, Mitch McConnell and the Republicans will be in charge. And they've already told us what they want to do. They want to cut Medicare and Social Security. They want to ban abortions nationwide. They want to roll back the emissions reductions the Democrats just passed. They want to bow down to Donald Trump and make sure that even the liars, the white supremacists, and the people who actively tried to overthrow the government of the United States of America are welcome and at home in today's Republican Party. And if that destroys our democracy, Mitch McConnell just doesn't care, so long as he and Donald Trump and the Republicans maintain power. Now look, when there is this much at stake, we can whimper, we can whine, or we can fight back. Me, I'm fighting back. I'm fighting back because Democrats deliver for working people. I'm fighting back because Patty Murray delivers for working people. You know, I just want to remind you what's happened in the last few months. Republicans fought us every step of the way, voted no every time, but Democrats finally got Medicare to negotiate prescription drug prices. Republicans fought us every step of the way, voted no every time, but Democrats, led by Patty Murray, finally got a $35 cap on insulin for seniors. Republicans fought us every step of the way, voted no every time, but Democrats, with Patty in the lead, finally got a 15% minimum corporate tax, so those billionaire corporations that have been paying nothing are actually going to have to pay some tax. And Republicans fought us every step of the way, but Democrats, Joe Biden, canceled student loan debt for 43 million Americans. You know, Democrats have led the way on infrastructure and good jobs here in America and on lowering costs for American families, and Patty has led the way. But our work isn't done. We have so much more to do. Child care, gun safety, immigration reform, more climate work, getting Roe versus Wade passed into law. And to do all of that, we need Patty Murray. Now, I've worked with Patty Murray for a long time. I've known her for years. In fact, you may not know this, fun fact, Patty is the person who recruited me to run for the United States Senate. So I want to tell you a little bit about this story. Yeah, you got to put yourself, maybe you got to put yourself back in, remember the 2008 financial crisis? Yep, devastated millions of people. Biggest economic 8 years of Republican leadership had caused the economy to have the biggest collapse since the Great Depression. People lost their jobs, they lost their savings, they lost their homes. Now, I had been in Washington setting up the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Can we hear from the CFPB? That's right, you bet, you bet. $13 billion it has already returned to American consumers. And finally, on credit cards and mortgages and payday loans, Americans have a cop on the beat to keep the cheaters out of their pockets. Now, it's no secret, I would have stayed and run that agency, but the Republicans said no. So, couldn't get confirmed. I head back to Massachusetts to start teaching school. By now, it's 2011, and Massachusetts has this very popular incumbent Republican senator who is running for re-election, and none, zero, of the big deal Democrats in Massachusetts want to run against this guy. Now me, I have never run for anything at this point. I had never knocked on doors. I had never given a stump speech. My only fundraising was as Girl Scout cookie chair, which is a pretty big deal, 2 years running. But I was getting calls from people, Democrats, who are saying, Elizabeth, you should run. You'll lose, but you should run. You know, I gotta say, run and lose, Democrats, you need a better selling point. And then Patty called. She was blunt. I want you to run for Senate. You can beat that guy. Go do it. That was it. No flattery, no BS, just get in the fight. And she promised she would be there with me every step of the way.
We love it.
Patty, and that's who Patty is. Patty understood that there is a time to talk and a time to fight. That was true then, and it is sure true right now. Patty is here to fight for all of us, and I am here to fight for Patty. So, okay, I gotta do one more Patty story. Because this is one that reminds you why we need Patty in the United States Senate. Remember the day the Supreme Court struck down Roe versus Wade?
That's right.
Remember that day that all those justices, all those Republicans who stood up and said, settled law, don't disturb settled law, said, oh, not this time. Overturned Roe versus Wade. Well, that's the kind of day you really need a fighter. The kind of day we really need a woman with a plan. And by the way, some of those women are here tonight. Pramila, Minnie, I am looking at you, right? You there. So, there was Patty. For weeks, Patty had already been organizing, pulling together a group of us to put a plan in place. We were all on the same page. Democrats needed to use every tool at our disposal to protect women and the constitutional right to an abortion. Extremist judges and the Supreme Court and the senators doubled down on efforts to strip Americans of their basic rights. Patty doubled down on making sure that Democrats took the fight straight to them. We had bill after bill ready to go. And yeah, the Republicans ultimately blocked us, but we made them vote. We put them on the record, so they can't run away from it. They can't go home and pretend to all of the women whose lives have been turned upside down that they had nothing to do with it. We also put the Democrats on the record. We made it clear that if we can get 2 more senators, hang on to Patty, get 2 more senators, and hold on to the House, we can make Roe versus Wade the law of the land. That's why I'm here, because Patty is a fighter. Patty is in the fight to lower costs, to protect Social Security and Medicare. She is in the fight to protect access to abortion. She is in the fight to protect our earth from a carbon-based nightmare. She is in the fight to defend our democracy. Patty has given everything she's got to this fight. It is time for us to step up and give Patty everything we can in this fight. With a couple of questions for you. First, do you want to make Roe versus Wade law of the land? Yeah! Then help Patty. Do you want to bring down costs for families and protect Social Security and basic Medicare and economic fairness? Do you? Yeah! Then help Patty. Do you want to save our earth? Then help Patty. And do you want to save friends, and most of all, when your ballot arrives, vote. None of us wants to wake up on November 9th and say, damn, Patty was so good, but she just missed by a few points, just a few votes. I wish I had done a little bit more. We are the fighters. We are the fighters who will fight every day until we have these ballots in, every day until Election Day, to make sure that Patty, to make sure that Democrats up and down this ballot win. Because here's what I believe. I believe that if we stand together, if we fight together, and if we persist together, then we will